you for joining Nevada Week in person.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So I was telling you off camera that in my research, I learned a new word, which is virtuoso. You are a virtuoso drummer. Many other people describe you in this way. And what that means is you are someone who excels in the technique of an art, especially a high-skilled musical performer. You don't remember, though, when someone first called you that.
No, I don't remember the first time. It's, that's something that kind of stays on the periphery of my brain because, I'm not there yet from my perspective. 'Cause there's so much that I am learning about, yes, about playing my instrument. There are so many incredible musicians to draw from. I listen to my heroes and I'm like, oh, I don't have that like I want it yet. Or I'm hearing this and how best can I get this sound out of my drums? So there's always something to strive for, something to find. And that's part of the fun of it is finding new things to learn. And then applying them is also very fun.
Who do you reach out to? Do you have mentors still?
I have mentors, yes. My greatest drum mentors are no longer here, but the music that they've left is still here. And so there's a lot to draw from. Tony Williams, my ultimate favorite drummer, there's tons of stuff to draw from, that he left for all drummers, especially including me, to listen to and learn from.
Tony Williams, you went to one of his drum clinics as a teenager, am I right?
I did, yes.
What was that like?
Girl, that was one of the most incredible things. I love sci-fi and I love sci-fi movies, but when I saw Tony, it made science fiction boring.
Huh?
All my friends were into Star Wars and I was like, okay, that's cute. But to me, the real Star Wars was watching that guy play drums. I mean, it was incredible. I saw this clinic, as you mentioned, with just he and a bass player, and it just blew my mind because the sound of the drums, his technique, his whole posture behind the drums, his delivery, everything. It was completely innovative. The sound was amazing. It felt great. It was like an exciting journey. I'll never forget it because once I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's my path. I've either got to be chasing that level or else I'm going to do something else.
What did Mom think about you becoming a drummer?
Oh, at first she was not too happy about it. My mom is a violinist, and for her, the drums were like just this thing in the back, she didn't really want to hear them, so she wasn't really excited about it initially, but I begged my parents for about a year. And then when they really realized that I was very serious, that's when I got my first drum kit. And my mom tells me that at first she was like, oh, it just sounds like noise to me. But she says, oh, when you started really getting musical and I could hear, and I started to like them. Now she loves the drums.
Wow.
So I converted her.
You were performing at 13. Where was this professional gig of yours as a teenager?
We played in local bars and local places, I also performed like colleges and high schools and little parties and outside festivals and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember in an interview you gave, you talked about hearing some people in the crowd referencing that you were a lady playing the drums. And what were they saying? Do you remember?
Girls are not supposed to play drums. You shouldn't be why are you doing that? You're not supposed to play drums. And I was a kid. I was 13. So I was crushed.
Oh,
it hurt me because I
heard whispers.
Oh no, I heard it. This was in a little bar. The first time I heard that was in a little bar. So everything was close. So you could just hear people and it were these guys saying this. And I'm like, why would they say that? But I went home and I set up my drums. I was relegated to playing in the basement. I set up my drums in the basement and I started playing and I forgot all about it. And then that was a lesson to me because I'm like, you know what? That shows me that whatever they said has nothing to do with me. That's their own stupid thought. That's their own opinion, but it's not my opinion. It has nothing to do with me. And it doesn't affect the fact that I love this instrument so much. So I'm going to keep playing.
Awesome. Yeah. And you came to that on your own. Nobody had to tell you that.
I did. Yeah.
Huh. Says a lot about you probably as being pretty advanced as a young girl, do you think?
Well, thank you. Maybe, I was probably spending a lot of time alone, so I had a lot of time to think because I was with my drums most of the time. I liked to really hone in on something and develop, and the way that I realized that I could do that best was if I was focused. And I'm not going to be focused if I'm running around in the streets. And I did some of that too. I mean, I was on the sports teams, I was on the basketball team, my track team. So, I had my social life, and I was in the school bands. So I was around people enough. So when I had my solo time, I was very happy to have that because then I could just focus on playing drums and reading. I did a lot of meditation as a kid, actually. So I started reading. I was turned on to the Baha'i faith as when I was 13, so that really helped keep me on a certain path
And will you
as well.
explain that faith for our viewers and for me too, honestly? I'm not familiar with it.
It's a faith that believes in oneness of all humanity, and kindness to all humanity. And I don't really practice it anymore, but it's in my core in terms of how I feel about life and how I feel about people. So it really helped me a lot. It's a beautiful thing for me to learn and to become involved in as a young teenager, as a young adult, and it is something that has just really rolled into part of my philosophy.